Cool. Now we can move on to question 6. Um, so basically, we see return to the project class and add code to randomly remove any extra students from the project based on the maximum number of students allowed in the project. And this is stored in max. So if we go back to the project, now we have our max. So let's add a function called correct numbers. So it seems as though we're just going to be removing students. We're not going to have to return anything. So I think we can assume for now that we can just add. Yeah, I assume for now. I wonder if we actually have to return a string of the students. Let me just read this here. Um, Next to student objects in the array, student must be removed, should be randomly selected. The maximum number of students that can be allocated to the project is stored in the property called max. You've already told us that. The method must return, here we go, must return a string listing the students that have been deleted, followed by the remaining students. I assume that would be, cool. Cool. So I assume that would be, I think this is kind of the output, what it's supposed to look like. So I assume we add this above our toString. So this should be, yeah. Okay. I see. So we correct the numbers. So what will happen is all the students in here, in this method, we will remove we'll remove a random number of students, or not a random, we'll remove the extra number of students, and then print this, print remaining students, and then call the toString to print the students that are left. So this implies we're going to have our array, so our S array, and we're going to remove random students from there. So this will be most probably use math.random, and then from there we will need to resize this array. So resize the array, and so that when we do have our S count, should equal the max at the end. Cool. So that seems simple enough. Seems like it is possible. So we have string correct the numbers. Cool. And let's open this. So let's have a look here. Cool. You may use any correct method to remove the randomly selected students from the array. So let's get our S count. So we can have our while S count is less than, our S count is greater than our max. Sorry. So our S count is greater than our max. And cool. So then we need to get a random student that is part of S count. Alright, so then we can go select, so we can go have an integer that is our random, which will equal int random times our S count, because that is all the students that are there. Let's go select. And so then from here, let me just have a string temp, so we can return this afterwards. Next we have, let's let this equal, let's let this equal students removed. removed, and we can start with the slash in here because we need another space underneath once the students have been removed, so we don't have to worry about that. And so let's carry on. You remove a student, so we take this random student and we remove it, and then
mic off, mic on.
So taking the random student, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, and that could be to basically let the student add it to the temp. So temp plus equal this student, this random student. And then once we have that value, we can maybe we can have a for loop that basically sets the next student to the previous student. So for random s count and I plus plus. And then we will minus our s count after we have finished the loop. Then we need to go s array I is equal to s array I plus 1. And then after the array, we can s count minus minus, decrement it by 1 or decrease it by 1. And so the student that was removed is already placed into the toString. Into the string. And we need a next line after that. Then once we have removed all the students, we need to call the toString that returns all the students. So we just go temp. Oh, we need to plus equal. What do we have here? Remaining students. Remaining students slash n plus toString. That should, I think that should work. Let's see if it works on the first test. You may use code additional helpers in the project class should you require. The format of the string is returned as shown in 1.8.1. Cool. So yeah, let me actually just test this quickly. Let's go here. Let me run this because I went and got the correct student file, so we can see in this there are 16 names. So let's go. Ooh, let's print out the proj dot correct numbers. Let's see, and let's also add in just kind of a barrier here, so we can see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. Cool. Here we see. Let's compare it to question 8. Students removed. I need to add in a new line. Yes. That seems to. We've removed 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They removed 4. And yeah, we've got 12 students here. Cool, that seems like it's worked. I'll just do the small corrections quickly to make sure that it runs correctly. So we need a new line before there. And let's take out the toString here. And let's have a look. Oh, wrong project. And let's have a look. So we look at the format. Cool. That seems fairly. That looks like it works. Yeah. question 6.